Hello and welcome back to the once monthly No One Reviews a Fortnite season series. But today we're going to be a little bit special with it. And we are going to rank the entire Chapter 2 of Fortnite. But before we get into that, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it since we're nearly at 100 subscribers and we've only got 30 days to hit 100. So I'd really appreciate it and thank you for all your support. Now let's get into it. So, if you somehow haven't heard from the Epic Games marketing, Fortnite Chapter 2 is coming to an end after Season 8. Which I find a bit insane. I thought that they were going to do it and they were going to go to Season 10, but they didn't. They only went to Season 8 and decided to go on to Chapter 3. So, first, let me review Season 8, and then we'll get into the whole ranking of the chapter. So, let me start with Season 8 since I haven't done that one yet. Season 8 was the follow-up of a pretty epic event that showed that all of the cubes, or Kevins, came crashing down onto the island, and the island has slowly become more and more corrupt with Kevin power. And it hasn't really affected too much in terms of its corruption, but besides making, like, the stuff that's been corrupted look brown, like the Primal season. Actually, that's probably a reference anyway. The middle became a new hotspot. It became the pyramid, or whatever it's called, and it or the convergence, I think it's called, or something like that. It is now just a full Kevin town. It's just all cubes, and the place does kind of suck somewhat, but you know, it's a new POI. In fact, that's the only new POI we got this season. No other place was added that was significant points of interest. Everything stayed the same, except for the alien crash sites. Those changed and allowed for you. There were some chests around. There were 5 scattered throughout the map, and yeah, it was scattered throughout the map, and there was like the old cube, like those shadow things from or the shadow cubes, or whatever they're called, from season 5. Yeah, season 5. And there were also the sideways, which brought back like monsters, and it had special weapons, which we'll get to here in a minute. But POI wise, you could say this season sucked. There was nothing new besides the convergence, which came in halfway through the season. And the convergence is okay, but it's it's probably because I haven't been there a lot, but it's really hard to try to figure out where chests are. You sometimes can get lost in trying to figure your way throughout the place. It's not a bad place. It's better than nothing, but it was better than what was there before. But yeah, it's okay. It's fine. Otherwise, no other POI got changed. Really, and it was a bit of a shocker. As we saw everything crash onto the island, initially me and my friends were very disappointed in that none of the POIs got blown up. All the POIs just got a near miss, which was really weird. I thought that was a super weird decision. I thought they would, at least with one, try to like have it be significantly damaged by the cube, but then like there'd be like a whole new thing with the cube. But it's whatever. At the end of the day, all the POIs, most of the POIs on the map, or locations on the map, are very interesting and are good. So at the end of the day, although it sucks that none of them really got blown up, it's alright for now at least. And then we have the sideways stuff. So if you find one of the sideways portals, you get to fight a horde like in Save the World, and you can get special weapons like a sideways rifle or a sideways minigun, and you can upgrade it using the sideways parts. I liked this mechanic, but the weapons admittedly are just meh. The sideways minigun is pretty good for what it's worth. It gets faster as you shoot it, and for what it's worth, is pretty good. It's just it takes up so much light ammo, and that's kind of been the downfall of miniguns anyway. You need to have a lot of mini ammo for it to really be viable. And what sucks is that you can't get any of the sideways stuff outside of the sideways. Even if you go to an NPC, you can't get it out of the sideways, which makes sense, but at the end of the day, there's no real reason to go into the sideways unless you are looking for cube parts or you're looking for a sideways rifle or minigun. And I thought the sideways rifle was okay at best, but I wouldn't take it over like a SCAR or a burst assault rifle or a good burst assault rifle. At the end of the day, I only went into the sideways for like challenge stuff or if I found something really good in the sideways. There was really no reason for me to go into the sideways, which sucked since it was such a big mechanic of this season, but I never really found myself wanting to go into the sideways because it just wasn't worth it. And you waste ammo, and you might get the ammo back depending on what the monsters drop, but it's just, it kind of sucks. I'm not saying sideways is bad, I just don't think it's as good as it could have been. Is you know what I mean. And then the next major thing that happened, and I think in all reality that's really all that happened. Oh, we had the what's it called? The donation boards. That was a really cool idea. I liked this idea. Basically, the idea was that you could donate to make cool stuff appear around the island, like mechs and turrets. But for other stuff, more heavily contested stuff, you could vote for it, and and whoever got the most gold first won. And if you donate to the board anyway, you would get 3 minis. So honestly, this was a really good mechanic this season. It got the community involved. Unfortunately, Fresh did a campaign where it was vote for Fresh, and whatever he voted on just won. Most of the time, I feel like he chose the weapon that probably would have won anyway. Like, the one that's finally contested is the Boogeyman versus Combat. But I have a feeling at the end of the day, the Combat still would have won. I think each time Fresh kind of went with the community opinion in general. So it basically just got us the weapons quicker at the end of the day. Did anybody really want the proximity launcher? Let's be honest. So at the end of the day, that was really cool, and the community got involved, and it allowed for a pretty decent use of gold. And I'm happy about that. They still haven't reverted the flipping upgrading machines back to materials. That's stupid. Like, it's impossible to whatever. But yeah, that's really all that happened this season. This season, I'd say, was solid, but it didn't really add anything like major changing. It kind of built up on what was a solid season 7, added a few cool new things, and really just was a little bit better than that. But I wouldn't say it wasn't fun or anything like that. Oh, and the leveling up system this season was super easy. Like, thank God. I think it was this easy last. No, it wasn't this easy last season because I remember it was It's now all party quests, which is really cool. That was a huge thing that I hope they keep because I'm gonna be real with you. If I didn't have that system, I don't think I would be in the range of getting near to level 200, which is finishing out the battle pass, which, whatever. So, now we have to do the question. We're going to rank each chapter to season, and we're going to have fun with it. So, let's see it. I think that season 3 was the best. And then it goes season 4, which are, in my opinion, are the 2 best seasons back to back, which is unfortunate because it happened so flipping long ago. Like, bruh, it happened over a year ago that those 2 seasons were a thing. And then we had, I would say, chapter 8, oh man, I think I have to go with chapter 1 just because of the memories of the OG, then chapter 7, chapter 2, and then chapter 6, and then chapter 5. What I feel like brought down this chapter as a whole was that chapter 1 overall had pretty solid season each time, but then Epic just goes from pretty solid of 2, 3, 4 to 5, 6. Although 5 and 6 were short seasons, they felt like they went on forever. And that just really flipping sucks that it went on for that long. But if you couldn't tell, I think very highly of Chapter 8. With the leveling up system and all of that. I feel like Chapter 8 just brought a lot of quality of life stuff and a couple new cool things, and that was it. But they built upon what was a pretty solid chapter season 7, so overall I rate it highly, and the end is coming on December 4th at 4 p.m. EST. Your favorite streamer will probably be streaming it. Laserbeam will definitely be streaming it. I'm not, but yeah. So hopefully you all enjoy this end event, and hopefully you can get all the stuff you want in the battle pass, because there's only a couple days left to get it. So yeah, and with that, I'll leave you all, and I'll say thank you all for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and all that greatness. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. The camera is off.